Hi everyone, Agnes here. Now, if you have been saying things like, I think my specific person has a fear of commitment or may be a avoidant person, then have a listen to this. This comes from it was a question she emailed me and I thought it made for a very good YouTube and good discussion, as many of you say these things to me and have said these things to me over the years. Dear Agnes, I sometimes fear that my SP has a fear of commitment or is possibly an avoidant. How do I change this belief about him? Now, upon reflection, this is how I answered. By understanding that people are only avoidant when we are in trying to get more mode. So if you stop doing that, then there is no need for them to avoid, you see. It's when we are in, I'm not getting enough, I want more, I'm dissatisfied energy, that is when they go into their avoidant mode. So now that you understand that better, you will be more mindful not to do that. Now, there is nothing wrong with wanting something more. It is very much about how you go about it. Okay? Now, when you actually get to the point where you understand this, and you can see that you can let go of believing that with effort, and you can rewatch this YouTube to remind you, it's really getting to the point where you actually understand that men don't have a fear of commitment. Sometimes it's women, if you are dating women. They have a fear of being trapped and suffocated. I'm going to say that again because this is what brings up avoidance, in my opinion, in my personal life, and also in watching things in relationships for the last 30 years. Men, or if you're dating a woman, but men in particular, don't have a fear of commitment. They have a fear of being trapped and suffocated. Once you understand that, you don't do any of those things and say any of those things that bring that up in them. Then that person, a man in this case, will want to commit to you. Okay? Now, the next part of the discussion went like this. In the beginning, he was all in, wasn't like that at all. After that, he started to pull away, become hot and cold, and yes, I was very scared he would leave me, and I even told him this. So my response was, and when you say that to the person, I'm scared you're going to leave me, I'm scared you're going to leave me, I'm scared you're going to leave me, which comes from the childlike state and the adolescent state when you needed your parents to be around and you were, let's say, vulnerable because of your survival. When you say these things, that increases their feeling trapped and suffocated. Okay? And being responsible for how you feel. And men don't like that burden. It's not their job to make us feel secure or at peace around the topic of love. It's ours. Okay? They aren't there to make up for our childhoods. As hard as that is, we want them to, perhaps subconsciously, not consciously, but it becomes a burden to them when we as women put that on them. Okay? And we make it their problem to make us feel secure and loved, and we seek reassurance. And that's why relationships, I find, collapse. Too much pressure on them for something that they didn't cause and they can't cure. And also, it becomes something that starts to push them away. Then they step out a little bit, then they come back and see if you're still doing that, then they step out a little bit, and then sometimes they just keep stepping back more and more and more, to the point where many of you get ghosted. Many of you end up in situations where someone disappears or says, it's not you, it's me, but, really at the end of the day, we and our vibration, our energy is what draws someone to us or pushes them away. Okay, so it's looking at, if this has happened to me, and I'm speaking from experience, I'm not standing here in judgment of you. I've had that happen many times to me in the past because my energy was very repelling. And my energy was, I feel so good being around you. I want to attach myself to you as an oxygen tank, and I want to keep that teat going. And I want to stay there because I feel euphoria. I feel so good when I'm around you. But when I look back at myself from those times, I was like an addict chasing a drug. Okay, and that comes from unmet needs from childhood. So these are things you can correct, things you can work on, things you can overcome. How do we do that? It's by remembering this, what's been said in this video about how their avoidance kicks in, how them blowing hot and cold kicks in. If your energy is really good, people don't feel the need to get away from you, and they certainly don't feel the need to blow hot and cold because they don't need to. You're not doing that. You're not trying to attach yourself. That's often when people step back and become avoidant. Okay? So, are you doing this? Are you getting this hot and cold ghosting treatment? Are you finding that this has come up in your life as it did for me for many, many decades? And are you ready to let it go and dissolve it? How do you do that? You work on your self-love. You clear your old emotions from childhood, working on the inner child. You look at releasing the emotions, like your body's like a suitcase. It needs to be released. And then once you do that, you're less prone to try and attach yourself to get love so that you feel okay. All right, so it's a maturing process. The more you work on this, the more you free yourself, the more you free yourself, the more you free them from having to love you so that you feel better. And that's when you get the commitment, and that's when you get the relationship in a much more desirable form. Okay? So, I'm going to put down below in the description some resources that support this video about avoiding, about abandonment, about inner child, and about self-love. All right? So the more we have knowledge, but it's not just the knowledge, it's the application. All right? So lots of love. See you in the next YouTube. And thank you, for sending me that via email because it really sparked this video. So thank you to you.